I'm just gonna be perfectly honest. I saw the Game Grumps playing Donkey Kong Country, and I'm just like, you know what? I want to play Donkey Kong Country. So, we're playing Donkey Kong Country. Right, it's just me this time. I don't even know how the two-player option works. And in all honesty, like, what is that first level that just came out of is what I'm trying to figure out. And as everybody has said, including the famous video game donkey, soundtrack to this cave is just awesome. In fact, hey, you don't even have to start the game and just listen to this. But anyway, let's begin this masterpiece. I think the game just got corrupted on me. That's annoying. Yeah, I am doing this on console after all, and this cartridge is a little flaky, so that it didn't erase my save file. I don't know if it's actually the case or not, but when it came to the old NES games, it said hold the reset button when you turn it off if there's a battery backup, so I still do that even for Super Nintendo. Okay. Start it up. I get the feeling this is going to take a little bit. I'll cut back when I get the game started. Probably could have kept the camera running, but whatever. You never know when it comes to this kind of stuff. The fun thing about using old technology. Now, it's going to wipe out all my save files. Because I have run into this a few times before. Yeah, good. Okay. Jungle hijinks. So, the main thing about this level is that you can get a lot of one-ups real easily, but first... I just love that. First, go back into the house, and you'll find a one-up. Now, let's see. I can't help thinking... There we go. What on earth did I just hit? Definitely want Diddy Kong. I need the Kremling to go the other way. It's been a little bit, so let me see. Yeah, there's the extra one-up. Yeah. Oh no! Now that's the important thing, because Donkey Kong is so much bigger than Diddy Kong. Where did the Kremlin go? That you can actually stomp on those big ones. I can't remember their name. But if you try to do that with Diddy Kong, then they're just able to deflect it with their helmet. Also, yeah. Just the soundtrack, it's brilliant. Get a little bit of a bonus. Gonna get all the one-ups. That's always the trick, is you use this level to just get a whole bunch of one-ups. You can just replay it so many different times. And that, I found, is the secret to Donkey Kong Country. Ropey Rampage. Ropey Rampages. Not really sure if there's much of a use for that, but I do like it all the same. You grow up. So, just in case you're unfamiliar with Donkey Kong Country, if you spell the word Kong, then you get a one-up. However, for these first few levels it's pretty easy, but when you get further along, they really hide these letters. And also these little animal icons, you get 3 of them, then you get a bonus room where you can get some extra one-ups. I'll probably be showing one of those sometime. Hard to say when, but, well, we'll see where it goes. Boom! This game is just so much fun. Assuming you can actually get past the dreaded minecart level. No! Get off of me! There we go. At least the music is epic. Although I will admit, the rain effect can be a little difficult to decipher things. Whoa. Yeah. And those bees, you're unable to jump on, so you really gotta be careful of them. Alright, I want to let the music play out a little bit before going to the end of the level. No! I wanted the G! Give me the G's! I get the checkpoint at least. I wonder. I can hear Donkey Kong. There's got to be a barrel. There we go. Now that may be one of the other things as well, if you've never played Donkey Kong Country, is that basically you only have 2 hits. One for Diddy Kong and one for Donkey Kong. And yet, despite it having the same restraints as Ghosts and Goblins, this game is definitely difficult. But I feel like it's not as... Well, there are a few sections that feel just as brutal, but in a different way. No. Let's let this music play out a little bit. As Donkey Kong. So let's switch between the two. There we go. Oh, so close. The music just starts over again, doesn't it? Oh, wait. Can I throw him? No. That's a trick in the second game. Alright, on to Cranky Kong. Cranky's Cabin. More freeloaders. Well, I ain't got nothing for ya, so scram. You kids today, you don't have any respect for your elders. We never had movement like this when I was in video games. All this fun can't be good for you. Sound like my cousin. He would always be convinced too much fun is a bad thing. I bet they wasted half the memory already just on this section alone. They can't keep this level of graphics up for much longer. We used to be lucky if we got 3 shades of grey, let alone any real color. You can find the fun in ropey rampage between a rock and a hard place. Yeah, I think I was able to find that. Unguard the sword. Fish will help you get straight to the point. There's nothing more I can tell you. Alright, fine. Though it may be a backwards way to do it, he does actually give some hints. But in probably the most insulting way possible. And, may I just say, in playing Battletoads before I played Donkey Kong Country, it's really fascinating to see the crossover, as Cranky is very much in the same vein as Professor T. Bird, in the idea that, like, he's very aggressive with his insults. And hey, the minecart section above, well, that I'll probably be showing later in this episode, is very similar to the turbo tunnel. I was hoping I get 3, yes! Alright, what do we got for a bonus? We got a 1-up. There, nice. Woo! Wasn't expecting that. What's this? No, I just wanted to jump in the barrel. There we go. It's nice when the barrels actually go on their own. In further levels, you have control over the barrels. And that can be quite the challenge. Bonk. Bonk. You don't get points or anything for doing that, but it's just oh so satisfying. In fact, that's gotta be the thing I find so fascinating about this game is how uncluttered it is. There's no scoreboard, there's no health bars, there's not really anything. It's just it gives a counter of the bananas when you need them. Dang it. And it tells you if you were able to spell corn or not. Woo! 2 in a row. What do we got? Magic bananas. And yeah, just like any other platformer, the bananas act as coins. You get 100 of them, you get an extra life, which you see as balloons. There we go. One of each. Can't really do much with that. Woo! There we go. Spelled the cone. And now we're on to the second half of World 1. And now on to the piece of music that just about everybody remembers. I'm trying to figure out what my personal favorite is from this game. When we come to it, I'll let you know. don't mind me going silent there. It's just, I know that piece means a lot to a lot of people, so I figured the first time it played, I would let it play out on its own. Funky Kong. Don't really need his help right now, but he will be quite useful later in the game. Alright. Sounds like this is where we bring on the barrels. Yes! There's the trick. Woo! Just like taking off out of the level here. We got another rhino. Another wren, if you want to be more specific. I already got the checkpoint. It's great. And then I didn't want to blow him up. Figured I wanted to blow up one of these other crevices. Might have revealed a different way. Thankfully, this first world is pretty forgiving, but afterwards it gets a bit more intense. Especially when the barrels start spinning as they go up and down. Woo! Darn. Okay, I'm on the first world, but I just lost my first life. This is going to be very interesting. Very interesting. Boom! Oh, it's so much fun. You might not get any one-ups from it, but it's still a lot of fun. Magic banana! Thankfully, I don't have to worry about the timing of where this barrel has to go. Woo! There's the G. Yeah. Alright, now we're on to Candy Kong. Candy Kong gives you the save point. Which, I can definitely say, this is what makes the game rather challenging, is the idea that you have to make it to the save point of every world before you can save, otherwise you just start over from the beginning again. Alright, very naughty is layer. No, I didn't say that right, it's more like, it's very naughty. First boss. Maybe I'm being a little too hard on myself. Here we go. Got my giant banana. Feels a little weird for me to say that now. A Winky's Walkway. Right, this piece has been kind of ruined for me by two creators. So when James Rolfe and Mike Matei played Donkey Kong Country, all I can hear in the tune is SPD, SPD, silent but deadly. And then there's also Video Game Donkey when he's just like, Donkey Konga on the SPD. Donkey Konga on the Wii. So it's just weird that now there's lyrics to it. Wonder if Brental Floss ever came up with anything. Oh, and even speaking of Battletoads, I'm riding an amphibian. Ah, dang, come back! It's the mini naughty. Alright, not so bad. Now it's on to the level that's probably caused a lot of nightmares for a lot of people. This is the equivalent of the Turbo Tunnel in the original, well, basically all the Battletoads games. Alright, it's all about memorization. Let's see how much of this I actually remember. And I do love the idea in Donkey Kong Country Returns. They do make it a little easier by adding an extra hit point, but they also added a minecart section, which is just as difficult. Woo! That was a close one. Now, there we go. I know they're gonna start sending people in carts after me eventually. Woo! There's one. No, there's the one up. Maybe I can do this on the first try. Woo! Oh man, I did it! Usually that last card usually throws me off. Come on, I know there's one more. Ah! Well, I only took a single hit. So that's pretty good. Minecart Carnage. I'm very convinced that's one of those levels they put in there because it's just like, no, this game must last a certain amount of time. So I'm going to throw in a really difficult level in the beginning. Ah, dang, I missed the B. Maya the Bee. If anybody knows who Maya the Bee is. I've heard people talk about Maya the Bee, but who is Maya the Bee? I don't know. Ooh. Banana. I can't really do much with that tire now. Take this bee. Behave. There's a lot of bee puns, which may or may not be coming up in the future, so be warned. Yes, I believe. There we go. There's no. Can I get the tire to come back? I don't think I need the checkpoint, but it would make things just a wee bit easy. Aha! There's the tire. Just got to be careful. No. Okay. Get it on the platform. No, I can't help thinking there was like some other bonus if I go the other way. So for B, go down here perhaps. Or is there something this way? No. Okay. Another barrel. Gotta watch out for the timing. Once again, very Battletoads influences. There's a lot of timing in there. But unlike Battletoads and Double Dragon for the Super Nintendo, I like the idea that there's a sound effect for you to kind of get the rhythm of. And now I got a frog. Or maybe it's a toad? No, it's not wordy enough to be a toad. It'd be pretty awesome if it was a toad, actually. Color rash, zits, or pimple. Nope! I feel like I kind of went operatic there. No! Well, I'm gonna wait. Can I just jump it? Where's the elevator? Oh! Okay, fine. Guess I won't be getting the Kong bonus. But I will be getting the frog. Snippy's here. Wrong game franchise, I know. What's this? There's something in the corner. Oh well. Bonk. 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 It's just so satisfying. No B? 2 B's or not 2 B's? Woo! Not this time. Oh? I did get the Kong bonus? Fascinating. Now, what do we do with this tire? Do I need the tire? I mean, on top of a frog, for goodness sake. Oh! Well, I was able to get some bananas out of that. Give me the frog. Yeah! Stop and go station. I get the feeling that this is going to be a difficult one. I think this is the one with like the golems that come after you. Stop. Yeah. This is definitely a level that it's a lot easier to play in color because you can tell when the colors change from stop to go. I just always find it funny whenever there's like a sprite that doesn't quite match up with the... Oh! I have yet to figure out how to do that, like, dip trick. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. It was the idea of, like, the sprite that doesn't quite match up with the elevator. I'm pretty sure that's just the same sound effect that they used for Diddy Kong. Okay. Well, I guess this game was a fair bit more difficult when I was younger. Go! Go! I just run for it! No! Well, I had 21 lives there. Not bad. I'm halfway. What am I gonna save the barrel for? Oh. That's what the barrel was for. It was for the clap trap. Or whatever they call those things. Excellent. Bonk. Bonk. Okay. No, why did I stop there? Oh. Yeah. I did it. We're definitely gonna go to Candy's save points. Hello, guys. Got anything worth saving? Yes, I do, lovely. Yeah, Candy Kong. I get the feeling it's a lot like... Oh, what was her name in Crash Bandicoot? I want to say Roxy for some reason. The idea of like a oddly sexualized female character for the save point that in the sequels it's like, no, we gotta tone this down a little bit. Alright, Funky Kong. Don't need you just yet, but I'm happy to know you're here. Millstone Mayhem. Oh yeah, this is where we start getting into like the Aztec temple stuff. Can I stomp on them? Oh, I can. Diddy can't stomp on them. Is a barrel here? Oh yeah, barrel. I mean, barrel. It's a tire. Yes. Get off. Is that what it's for? Where was the K? Unless maybe the K was on the other side. Aha. Yes! What am I supposed to be getting here? Oh. Okay. Well, time for the bonus mission. So for every 100 of these little medallions you get, that is an extra life. There's not really much of a strategy I've been able to find for these. Just try to collect as many as you can. I find it's just easier to kind of go for the typewriter method, as I'm going to call it. You just kind of keep going back and forth and back and forth. I've only ever seen an electric typewriter. No, actually, no. My grandpa had one of the manual ones, but I've never had a chance to use one of those mechanical typewriters that actually goes back and forth. But from what people tell me, I guess they're rather sought-after collector's items these days. I'm not entirely sure why. I mean, there is definitely a nostalgia for it, but, well, how many people alive today would be nostalgic for that old-fashioned typewriter? Come on, 300! No! I was too away from getting Leonidas. This is not Sparta! I got 2 extra lives out of that, so that is bueno. Que bueno. Took a few years of Spanish in school, and I'm very much reminded of... Oh, what was his name? I want to say it was like Father Guido offhand, where he had what was called the 5-minute university. So after so many years, you only remember so many things. It's just like 5-minute Spanish. Just say como estás, you say muy bien. If you're studying chemistry, no wait, yeah, if you're studying, would it be chemistry, like a cells makeup? Ow! Hope this tire stays. My tire! No! You see, if you get up there, there's a lot of special goodies. Unfortunately, that tire is not coming back. It's... Oh! Ouch. Stupid naughty in the rock. And this guy's throwing almonds at me. Oh! Should have rolled. Tuck and roll. Millstone Mayhem. Oh, I get a second chance at the tire. Yes. That would be nice. Yeah. Oh, nope, the tire's here. Carefully. I've had enough of these snakes in this temple. Stop! No! Yeah, it's not coming back. My disappointment is immeasurable. But I'm not going to let that ruin my day. Alright, Diddy Kong. Jeff the almonds. Roll! Yeah! Oh! You can actually just jump on them. That is nice. Ong. I'm just imagining somebody shooting a D in front of the head. So like what I tell a lot of people, I'm basically 16 at this point. How on earth? There must be like... No, I think there is a frog. It was in that upper section you need the tire for. Use that to jump on the bee to get the extra bananas. Alright, Cranky, what do you have to say?
You're lucky you caught me. I was just heading out. 3 lives, 3 continues. That's all we had.
Another reference to Battletoads. You only had 3 lives and 3 continues.
Games never looked like this, but I was a lad. And we were much better off in those days as well.
Seems like a lot of people agree with that sentiment.
Bet you thought this was 64-bit, eh, boy? I've got more gameplay in my little finger than you've got in your whole game. You know what they say, all graphics and no gameplay.
Make Cranky a dull boy.
A leap of faith is all it takes to find Winky in
Barrel Canyon.
Krusha is the toughest gremlin, only a barrel will knock him out. I'm getting tired, I'm gonna take a nap.
He said he was heading out, so now he's taking a nap. But I do love that little nod where he's just like, ah, I thought this was 64-bit. A lot of people say that this game was kind of meant to be a bridge over while the Ultra 64 was still being developed. So I think that's what they're referencing. No! Dang it, Necky. Funny one? I'm stupid. Wait, did that say Necky's nuts? Well, I guess it makes sense. I mean, it's like up-chucking almonds at me. No! I feel like I had a little bit of Scottish in there. No!
Yeah! Got that Nintendo brand banana.
Vine Valley. I swear, this looks like a golf course. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I think I know my favorite tune is. It's gonna be a little while before we get there. Now can I move the tire? Yeah! What? What? Okay. Oh. 10. Gee. What do we get? Woo! We got the ostrich.
Yeah!
Very similar, except the ostrich can kind of hover. But just like most ostriches, they're so much better at running. I meant to fly down, dang it. Oh well. At least I could get 300 this time, no problem. Yeah! 300! This is Sparta! Probably can't get 400. Nope. Oh, that's by the start of the level. Yeah! 24! But let's see if I can get what's even better than 24. Apparently not. I was hoping the barrel would go through the orbit, but it did not. There we go, I got Diddy Kong. I'm just gonna go through this level normally. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it. Oh no! Well, this is why I get the extra lives. I guess this is where the game starts getting difficult. to the almond. See if you listen closely, there's a sound pattern to tell you when that little guy's gonna throw out the almond. Yes! Whew! Didn't think I was gonna make it. It's all about timing and memorization. That's what it takes to beat these old hard games. It's kind of the nice thing about the music is if it's a nice even tempo, you can kind of use it to keep time. As a vulture. Yeah. Woo! Excellent. Yeah, I'm gonna wait until I get to the snowy area. Well, I've said that I'm a huge fan of snow levels. This one definitely changes my mind. I mean, this isn't a snow level, but the one in this game definitely changes my mind. Only got one shot at this. Oh! I didn't have the N or the K anyways. I get the checkpoint at least. That extra hit point's gonna come in handy, I'm sure. Oh, what do I know? Excellent. This is where the concentration starts to come in, so if I'm a little silent, that's probably the reason why. Nope! Well, I got that extra hit point at least. Feels a little illegitimate when I do it that way, but whatever. Treetop Town. Now how am I supposed to get over there? Oh. Yes! Ha! So is that just supposed to be the K then? And then you just have it spelled con and then you get the banana? Ah yes. I remember the timing of this level to be very difficult. Also, I'm probably not the only one that thinks this, but anybody else getting like an Ewok village vibe from this area? Got the K. Checkpoint. I was about to say I don't be needing you, but I might. Nope. Don't do it just yet. That's exactly what I was trying to avoid. Let's try this again. I certainly got the lives for it. Bonk. That's it. that's nice. Get a second chance. There it is. Oh no! They're everywhere! Yes! Okay, this is one I can fire at least. Oh! This is the vulture! Thankfully, after this level, I could get Funky, and Funky can give me the save point. This is definitely one of those levels where, like, I dread having to replay it again whenever I play this game. Gotta have it go down. I know you don't have to, but it's good practice. Nope! It's so annoying. I get it right on the first try, and then I just can't seem to get it right after that. Yeah, well, I think people like the rage. After all, why do you think the angry video game nerd was so popular? There it is. You gotta get it when it's going down. This is where the second chance is if there's an issue. There it is. Yes. Whew. Sparrows that explode on their own is where the free radicals are. This is relatively easy to figure out. So close and yet so far. In the end, it didn't even matter. Dang it, how do the lyrics go after that? I guess maybe if I do the rest of the song, I can figure it out. I put my trust in you, went as far as I could go. Okay, yeah, I better stop. Sorry, Chester, I can't remember the lyrics. Whew! It's a little weird, I might have overshot that one. Whew! There it is! Alright, there's Funky's flights. But let's keep going. I've got quite a few levels. Forest Frenzy! Gotta love the bass line of this one. Boom, 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 boom. Got him. Doesn't seem worth it. Oh! 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 I feel like I'm doing my best when Harry met Sally impression. Oh, yes! 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 that too much. People might get the wrong idea. And this, I mean, this is Falkmore's Inferno from Battletoads. No! Nope! Of course the bee would have to move, and I'm just like, no, I can get through this. This reminds me a lot of, like, the surfing level from Battletoads. See, there's a lot of Battletoads influence. Like, even right at the opening title, the way the characters' eyes bulge out of their heads. That's a Battletoads thing. I mean, every time they encountered a boss, the Toads would do that. And, well, it's kind of fascinating to think that they carried that over in the second game. No, come on! Nope, not worth it. Give me the bananas. Woo! Woo! Yes! Keep going! Keep going! Oh, this Temple Tempest. Tempest 2000. I'd probably better not hum. It's kind of hard to be able to hum tunes that people would recognize. But if you ever want a really good piece of 90s techno, there's this game called Tempest 2000. Look up Mind's Eye. That's the name of the piece. Gotta watch out for Naught. Dang it, that's another Battletoads reference. The idea you're being chased by the orb. That's the Klinger Winger stage. I get the feeling that a lot of the people that worked on the Battletoads games also worked on Donkey Kong Country. Kind of wonder how many of these references just kind of fly over people's heads. I mean, hey, I wouldn't have known about this if I hadn't played Battletoads first. Good thing I trust in the bananas. Ah, yes. Gotta get the timing right. If you pick up all the bananas, then it'll drop you a 1-up, I'm pretty sure. Oh! Or maybe it just keeps going and going. Alright. Well, I was able to get a 1-up out of that, I think. No? I would have figured with that hole in the ground, there would have been something that would have come out of it. I guess not. Alright, here we go. I always find it interesting whenever I play platformers on the Super Nintendo. I just always hold the run button. You don't have to, but I like to. I like that speed, dang it. Woo! And look at that, I got the candy save point. Yoo-hoo, honeycomb. How's a good time to save where you've gotten to? I feel like I probably could have done that better if I was able to not stumble over the words so much. I don't know why I'm doing her as like a Southern belle. Maybe it would make more sense to go for a more breathy or sultry voice. Nothing there. Is this the orangutan gang? I didn't even read this one. I think it is. Might actually be able to hear the whole piece of music this time. Save that one. There's the orangutan. It's almost like Donkey Kong's playing Donkey Kong.
Oh, dang it.
Now, this is the best part of the piece right here.
No!
Didn't even get to finish the first loop of it. Oh well.
Yep, the orangutan gang.
Or is it pronounced orangutan? Yeah, any zoologists? I don't know if it's because I've gotten older, but I swear when I throw that metal barrel, it just looks like a keg. Which, hey, could be heavy enough. Ow. I wonder if that was meant to be a metal barrel at one point. Okay, Cranky, what do you have to say?
Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? I could get through DK country with only one life easy. I'm talking about when games were games.
Ironic, as people say that about this time.
3 lives, 3 continued, that's all we had. Games never looked like this when I was a lad.
Are you going to give me any other hints? Because I feel like I've seen this dialogue before, and we were much better off in those days as well. But you thought this was 64-bit. A crafty croctopus corners his croc. I reckon that Rambi, the rhino, can break open just about any hidden entrance. Make sure to shut the gate on your way out. I didn't raise you in a barn. Did you raise me? I know you raised DK Senior. Well, I already played the piece through, so I'm just going to play this level with the commentary. Yeah, watch out for those fish. And yeah, even the swimming controls are very similar to when the toads have to swim, plus the way those clams open up. I don't know if this is me looking for references where there aren't meant to be any, but I don't know. I feel like there must have been at least some influence from Battletoads. I'm gonna guess this is where I'm supposed to go. Oh dear. Don't need the barrel, thankfully. Just watch out for the sharks. Good. Woo! This wavy pattern, it's so hard to try to get past. Oh, right, got the barrel. Just one? No V shape? Cross pattern, eh? Feel like I'm playing on the razor's edge here. On guard would definitely make this a lot easier. No! It's on. Oh, no. Woo! You just spread them everywhere, don't you? There's the croctopus. Must be getting close to the end! GG. You know, that is the thing that Cranky refused to mention, was the idea that it's like 3 lives and 3 continues. Yes, that's what you were given at the start, but you can earn extra 1-ups in Battletoads, and, well, over a few levels you had more than 2 hits, sometimes even had 3 hits. But there were a lot of levels where you only had 1 hit and then that was it. Okay. Feeling confident. Good feelings gone. Just gotta watch out for the giant crab. Oh, there's the exit. And then that's the boss of the area. I'm definitely gonna hop into it. Let me see if I can do this. Hello, boys. Got anything worth saving? Probably. Bumblebee Rampage. Oh boy, off to a good start already. Too bad when he's enraged, it doesn't count as a hit. Kind of like in GoldenEye when the boss is going from place to place. I'm not really sure if it was related, but I do remember that Grant Kirkhope did work on porting over the soundtrack of Donkey Kong Country and the Game Boy. Maybe later go on the composed GoldenEye soundtrack. Gorilla Glacier, okay. This is where the game sucks. I was talking about how I love snow levels. I hate this one. You'll see why. That's not the reason why. Although I will admit that isn't helping the case. No, my balloon! 99 red balloons go by. What happened? Gets a little easier when you get to the checkpoint at least. Oh, the barrel just stays stationary. Now, where does this one send me? I will admit, I do like the effect that the snow gets thicker and thicker the further you get through the level. But it still does make things a bit difficult to be able to see, though. Leap of faith! Yes! Yeah, like, how are you supposed to work with that? Like, are you kidding me? Woo! I got the Ramby! Ramby bonus. I feel like they knew what they were doing on this one, that you would get the Ramby bonus in an ice area. Not too dissimilar to where you would be in this level. Unless maybe there's just like different Ramby levels, like perhaps you're in the jungle for some of it. But yeah, why is a rhino in a snow-covered area? I mean, rhinos are pachyderms, and they're also warm-blooded, so they would be able to survive 4 lives. And that should at least give me a fighting chance. Against, in my opinion, the worst level of the game. Okay, I'm not going in there. That's usually what happens. I got 21 more tries. Let's see if I can do this. Nope, nope, nope! Have I mentioned my distaste for this level? No! Okay, I managed to save that one. That's the furthest I've gotten so far. Probably just hear the concentration on the other side of this TV, can't you? As if it's not hard enough, look at this! Well, I got a 1-up at least. That's not where I wanted to go. Now it's kind of annoying because there is actually a very obscure shortcut where if you shoot just right, it'll just blast you to the end of the map. I only ever seem to encounter it when I've exhausted all but my last life. have to save that one at least. Oh! That was the end of the map! That was the end! Ah! I know I could potentially just keep getting Rambies, but why prolong the suffering? Because it would give me more of a likelihood to actually just beat this level. Darn it. Now I'm gonna let this ruin my day. I think that's the other thing I dislike about this level is just how tedious it is. Unlike the treetop town, it's not very easy to just blast through it. Take your time, line up the shot. And try not to get hit, because that extra hit point can come in quite handy. Woo! That was lucky. That was not lucky. Maybe I'll just cut back when I get a little further in. I think, but I'm not certain. Oh! This may be the end. Yes! Oh, how I hate that level so much. I just hope I don't have to do that again. This level makes it worth it. It's a lot of fun. Whee! Yes! Messed up again. That's a very difficult one to get. Come on! Yes! Red one's good. Red one's good. Down. And so does my confidence level. This is a very bouncy tune. But as I said, my favorite will be coming up later. This is not it. Then get the bunch. I want a bunch of bananas. No! Should have rolled. Alright. It's always weird in these platformers when you go from right to left rather than left to right. Oh, come on! Oh, no! Yes! Oh, yes! going too bloody high! Maybe not high enough. And another ostrich. That's nice. Oh, this is the way I went. Yes. Banana tells you when to jump. Let's try that again. Getting some like Ninja Gaiden stuff in there. And I have no idea how you get to that G. Looks like 2 more levels and I'll be a Funky Kongs. I guess I'm getting really wrapped up in this game. I had no idea I had to refresh the camera, which took a while. I was a little worried it was going to freeze on me with how this episode started, but let's keep going. At least until I can see Funky Kong. Getting a little bit of PTSD flashbacks with how the snow's going, but well, it doesn't look like there's any cannons to do it. Darn. I can see. Darn it. I was trying to get the barrel. But of course you would have to jump in order to see that that little bird is there. And of course things are a little slippery. Just need a running start for it, I guess. There we go. Yes. I was a little worried that the little vulture got to me. Feels like Jungle Hunt, if anybody's ever played that game. Not to be like, ooh, it was so unpopular. It's just the idea that the game was on the Atari 2600 and I'm not really sure how many people really know that much about Atari these days. Oh, come on. The orangutan gang would sneak up on me like that. Come to think of it, even that bouncing is similar to Battletoads. That's how you descend up Dark Queen's tower. Not with tires, but very similar bouncing platforms. Excellent. I was gonna say, I hear the what the? The barrel, like, slowed down. What was that? Gee. Woo! Didn't think I was gonna make it. Figured they were gonna lay a trap for me at the end. Okay, one more level, I hope. Croctopus chase. This is definitely where the game starts getting very difficult. Yeah, there we go. We're back to the Klinger Winger and Battletoads again. Where it's fascinating because there's no actual timer, But at the same time, if the thing catches up to you, you will die. So it's like having a timer. Swim! Woo! It's all these little squids that keep messing with things. I will say at least this is a bit more forgiving than Battletoads, and the idea that you don't have to keep constantly pressing in the direction of where you need to go. Swim! Although it does help if you know the layout, otherwise you may get stuck. Checkpoint. Very good. Yeah, I remember this is basically as far as I got in the game for a while because, like, wow, this is difficult. But yeah, once I realized that you could just come back here with Funky Kong with like 30 lives or whatnot, and at least gave me enough chances to get past the barrels, and then get past this level. But even then, there was still quite a struggle to get to the nearest save point, or really it's just Funky Kong at this point, which gives you the save point. Whoa! I do like how the bananas kind of give you an idea of where you need to go. KN, not KO. Oh! Oh dear. This is where they're definitely ramping up the difficulty. Well, in terms of the level, I mean, in terms of the game, they've been ramping up the difficulty. Oh no! Whew. I remember almost having a heart attack the first time I encountered that part of the level with the squids. Cranky Kong, come on!
What do you want, eh? I'm a busy ape, I am. I'm talking about when games were games. And jungle hijinks stick to the treetops to earn extra lives. Steel-rimmed barrels break only when they hit a wall. Donkey, I've seen enough. That tie, turn it off.
Turn what off? So am I gonna get the candy save point after this? Torchlight trouble. Oh yes, this is always a fun one. Whee! It's a nice effect, but whenever you turn, it just hurts. The whole screen goes white. Oh, wow. Double, oh, wow. Okay, I'm gonna switch to Donkey Kong. I can jump on him as Donkey Kong. Of course, they would just be able to go through the fuel barrels. Is that a little bit of lag there? No? Where'd the buff guy go? Thank goodness. Every little bit helps. Those are the really tough Kremlings. Maybe it's the pre-rendered graphics, but every time I see those wheels, I'm always reminded of, I'm not sure how many people played it, but there was a Toy Story game. I had it for the PC, but it was also available on Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. Very similar graphic design. Okay. So after you beat that level, you could either go for candy, or you could go for funky. Oh, man. Hello, boys. Got anything worth saving? Yes, candy. Save me. Wow, I'm an hour in and not even halfway through the game. Alright. I think that is a fantastic... Oh, Actually, since I got some lives left, let's see how crazy this level is. Got 13 lives, and that's something. Yeah, let's see if I can get through this level, because I think the next one is just the boss fight. And I get the feeling this one, if it's a lot like the other Treetop Village, it's going to take some time. Thought there was going to be a bee there. And I was right. Okay. Maybe there is something to this women's intuition thing. Or maybe not. Well, at least I just start right there, don't I? No O. Oh yeah, the O was in the middle. Got a face full of needles. Which sounds quite awful, actually. And then part of me just kind of immediately thinks of, who you call Pinhead? I want to be Dirty Dad. I'm trying to remember what... I think that was the name of the character. Like, if anybody ever seen Hellraiser... Like, I'm pretty sure that was the name of the character. It was just Pinhead. And he just had, like, a whole bunch of pins in his head, like a pincushion. And maybe his name was Pincushion. I'm about to say, what's happening? That's what's happening. Nope. Gotta get 3 in a row for that. Now, that's one thing I never really thought about before, is the idea that Diddy has a tail, but yet Donkey Kong does not. I feel like that means something really naughty, Rampage. I'm gonna do that next time. So, gonna say hello to Candy again. And then I'm gonna say goodbye to your lovely audience. Until next time, keep having fun.